My name's David Fathers. I head up the records management business for Crown in the UK and Ireland. I'm responsible for assisting with the development and the growth of records management services around EMEA, and I'm part of the corporate steering group responsible for delivering the global strategy for 2027. Over the years, what we've noticed and what we see a lot of is the demise of physical documents. As people get more and more reliant on technology and information, then it makes sense that as an organisation, we adjust what we do to service that corporate need. So customers are very interested in how they can manage their information, both from a physical and a digital format. And what we look to do is help them on that journey with a range of services from physical, which is our heritage business, through to business process reviews, software solutions, content management, and all things in between. So in today's environment, cost is a crucial factor. What we're actually seeing is an awful lot of organisations reviewing what they're storing and how they're storing it, how they're managing it, and streamlining and trimming back on what their spends are. So part of our challenge is to drive efficiencies through organisations so that we can streamline workflows, reduce the cost of delivering service and making it more economical for them. We've seen a big trend in terms of the working from home, and that in itself has brought challenges around data security and how companies manage that. So yet again, working with organisations to understand how they can protect their information, enable people to work securely from home and still have the same level of collaboration across the business is a key part of what's driving what we're doing and what our customers are coming up against. Yeah, we've seen a massive move in the sustainability journey. We ourselves are on a sustainability journey. We've got a net zero target of 2040, which is 10 years in advance of the government's strategy. And it's essential for us to work with our customers because they themselves are all having to look at what they're doing with regard to their environmental credentials. So printing items, storing documents, those sorts of things, they all have a carbon impact, and we've worked out that 169 grams of carbon is emitted to the atmosphere on average for a box just by sticking it on a shelf and storing it. On its own, not a huge amount, but if you start adding that over the years and you then start thinking about the scalability of that, if you've got one box, not so much of an issue. If you've got 10,000 boxes, a big issue. So we're helping companies identify what they could dispose of in the physical space and driving people in towards the electronics and the technology space. So why are you sending documents to print? What does that need to look like? In terms of the electronic documents, don't just keep adding to your server farms, don't just keep buying more space. What you need to do is destroy the rot within your systems, remove the duplicates and keep your own systems efficient, because just by removing it from physical to digital isn't actually getting rid of the problem. We talk to companies, and we're doing a lot ourselves about renewable energy sources. So we're buying energy from renewable sources, we're retrofitting warehouses with LEDs. All of these, everything we do has an impact on our customers' scores through their Scope 3 emissions as well. So we're trying to encourage people to use the technology, remove vehicles off the road, so have a scanned image rather than a physical document, then host that image and destroy the original. All those things that help to drive that sustainability journey for our customers. In terms of digital services, the range of opportunity is vast, and it does range from simply scanning a document to putting in full-blown solutions to manage an interface between multiple different platforms within your organization. So to start, simply scanning something, maybe a small hosting on a multi-tenant environment is a way forwards, and that's where most people get into it. Ultimately, what we look to do is we look to help organizations integrate their systems so that they end up with one version of the truth, not multiple versions of documents, and they're able to streamline their whole process and the workflows around different processes within their organizations as a consequence. I think there will always be a need for some physical document storage. I think it's going to be more in niche areas. I know that the health sector has been desperate to get onto the electronic journey for decades. We're seeing an awful lot of move forwards in that area, but funding may be a bit of a challenge, as with a lot of government bodies. Where we see items of historic interest, they may not need to keep it in paper format, but organisations choose to do that. So some of it could be for corporate record and corporate historic practices, and I think that will be a growing area. But ultimately, the volume of paper, without question, is going to diminish over time, and we're seeing that starting to accelerate now.